Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm not really dressed for the occasion, right? Ah, too bad. It's hot in here, so I'm gonna be keeping this on. But I need the support, guys. If you guys are asking, this is maybe I should take away the potato peeler for tonight. Yeah, something I use for gaming. Although it is hot, I could go ahead and take off the vest here. It's gonna help me. Hold on, let me keep that here and take off the vest for this. Since I'm gonna be talking about my theory instead of talking about gaming today. So we're not in gaming, all right? And I would appreciate your support. Those of you that know me, thank you for believing in me. Thanks for motivating me to have the balls to take away this huge pressure that I have inside of my heart. And let's get the attention of the people that we need for things to change in my life. I'll just put it that way. That's all. I just want to take away this huge burden that I have inside of me. And I got to teach people also that when you have this huge burden, what else do you do but let it out? You got to let it out to people. And it's been stressing me for years and years and years. Hopefully, hey, Asmund, buddy, hopefully you come and see me, all right? Hopefully you come and see this video. And hopefully we can get to talk about it, man. Hopefully we can get to talk. Don't worry. We got lots of ideas in common, right? And hopefully you like the fact that we're able to voice our opinions and let it out, because you can't keep it all in, right? Because that's when people like explode. So while I'm getting things set up here, I got to talk a bit of politics, man. It's kind of funny. Well, not funny, all right? Guys in the States, you guys are absolutely in danger at the moment. Why? Because there's never been as many attempts on a president's life throughout history. Like, I think you guys are at 7 right now, and it's not done yet. And you guys should really we have a problem. We have a problem. So I didn't know how to talk about that. Let's just say that the world is always in danger in a lot of different ways. So I think United States, you're endangering yourselves from the inside, Come on, man. Stick together, man. I don't know. And it's so weird that it's like 49% and 50% all the freaking time. Don't you find that weird? Shush, shush, shush. Well, you only have 2 parties, right? Let's start off with that one. And people from one party are listening to Hassan all the freaking time. That's crazy, man. All right, so we're going to be talking about my theory, my Great Flood theory here, 12,000 BC. I'm going to be using a lot of Google Earth here. I don't have any thumbnails on this computer. I changed computers and I did have a lot of images and stuff like that before on the other drive, but I don't on this one here. Let me get comfortable, get stuff from my back here. All right, we're going to try to get the attention of Randall Carlson and people in the know, but I just left a message on Mr. Carlson's stuff there, and hopefully he comes and wants to talk to us, because I really need to take this burden off of my chest, either I be true or not. It is my theory that I've had. Oh, and I got impact right here. I can show you guys. I'll show you guys my window. Google Earth, Google Earth, Google Earth, Google Earth. There you go. And we're gonna normalize it here for you. All right, well, I'll be seeing stuff like this. I don't want to undo it, so just give me a second here. All right. What if I... Yeah, because I got an ultra wide screen here, and I don't know what it's going to give if I do it like this, but it might be weird. It might be distorted a little bit. We're going to see once we get in there. Because I wanted to show you impact here. All right, how's it going to be? Yeah, it's really distorted, guys. So let's... All right. It's really freaking distorted. I don't know what to do. Should I place it down here? Should I place it up there? Or hold on. Let me just place it bigger and let's just keep it in the middle. All right, let's just keep it in the middle. All right. No. So, all right, let's go. This is Canada, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Let me place myself a little bit smaller. Go ahead, transition. And this is going to be a live discussion, guys. I'm not making a video. All right. Guys, I won't be making a video out of this. All right. We're just going to go live. We're just going to talk about it. We're just going to talk about it. That's all we're going to do. We're going to see Google Live, mon ami. Gonna wait till there's people in here to discuss my theory, cause I'm getting insane about it. No, I'm not, don't you worry. I checked to see if I was or not. I won't discuss the results with you, my friends. No, I'm not. We're under caffeine here. We're trying to get the attention of a couple of people, right? But we need people in here. So let me open some Kick here. Let's go live on Kick. Let's capture this also on this here. Just in case, I'm going to be doing it also on vertical. All right. I would like people to see that also on vertical. So I'm just setting things up here. Hopefully people are going to be coming in, because I'll be honest, guys, when I talk about this, no one seems to be coming in. All right, because I'm a gamer and this is a gaming channel, but I think gaming is what unites us. And I always tell people you gotta at least grind every day, but all I'm doing is playing video games at night, JC, so it doesn't work. It hits my integrity, and I don't like when it does that. So with my friends here, with their support, all right, with the support of my friends and people that believe in me and my theory and my family that invested me so much, the only way that I could give back is to be able to have the means to get back, and I don't have the means to give back, all right? And that's what I got to do. I'm not doing this for me. Of course, I want to better my life, but I want to be able to give back, first of all, to my family that has helped me, and some for my daughter. My daughter's got a big journey to come, and I want to be there to be able to help her. And this is for you, my baby. This is for you. Mon Dieu, fais en sorte que ça soit un super bon live stream. All right? Un super bon live stream. All right, let me get the information out here. I don't know if anybody's watching. So we're going to be opening Kick. We're going to be opening YouTube. Just give me one little second here. Going to give you a little song. There we go. Melody echoing in this mind of mine. Hey, everybody. Oh, welcome to the light. Oh, I was looking at somebody else, but yeah, the Grinder Show. We're playing just for thee. A cosmic dream setting our spirits free. In this electric night, to bathe in red glow, my heart takes flight to where the leaves blow. Lost in the moment, I let myself stray. The city hums low, it's a comforting embrace. In the starlit nocturne, I find my place. Alright, anybody watching on Kick, I'm going to be changing the information, but welcome to the Grinder Show, you guys too. Starlight and Symphony, we're going to be talking for thee. A cosmic dream I'll be letting my spirit free. Yes, in this electric night, faith in red glow, my heart takes.
Streetlights flicker, shadows dance and sway. Lost in the moment, I let myself stray. The city hums low, a comforting embrace. In this starlit nocturne, I find my place. Welcome to the Grinder Show. Oh, Starlight Symphony, playing just for thee. A cosmic dream, setting our spirits free. In this electric night, faith in red glow, my heart takes flight to where the leaves blow. Fades to silence with lingering.
All right. So we're changing things around here, all right, everybody? But some things must stay the same. Because that city sound. Yeah. City lights with lingering guitar solo ending and distant city sounds. Welcome everybody, welcome everybody. My name is Grinder and I have something serious that I'd like to talk to you about. If you guys know me, you know that I've had this inside of my heart for more than 6 years, been talking about it for more than 3, but it's a huge burden of mine. But in order for me to do something, my calling, I think, finally, instead of it being a huge burden, why don't I let the whole world know, and finally I can be the one to be there to help my family, my aunt, my dad, my daughter, all right? Which right now I can't do, all right? I want to change my life. And thank you very much to my community that has convinced me that I have to let it out. No one, even my worst enemies, have disproven it yet, so yeah, let's go. So, as I said, my name is Grinder. If you guys have any questions, please make sure to ask them. So, since I've been young, I've always liked geography, maps, and all that. And I got to know my country, Canada. If you guys want to know, I don't mind telling people the city that I live in. People say they live in Vegas. All right. I live in a place called Val d'Or, the Valley of Gold. All right. It's a mining town. All right. Right in Canada. But I grew up in Ottawa. Right. I grew up in Ottawa. Right here. But, grew up in Gatineau also. All right. Gatineau is just the other side of the river. Right here. There's a big river. It's Ontario, then Quebec. Right now, I live in the province of Quebec, and I love nature. I love nature, guys. I've always liked to study maps, and lately I've been studying maps that have to do a lot about geology. Why? Because I just absolutely love everything that has to do with looking for gold. And gold at the price that it is right now, you guys will be seeing more videos. Snow has just stopped melting here in my yard, but in the bush, there's still a lot of snow. Certain places. So as soon as we can get some content for you guys about that, definitely. Even taking a look at geology and also taking a look at studies. Lots of studies were made here by a lot of people, a lot of doctorates and people that go to university. Well, they come out here to make their thesis and all that, but they worked on a lot of mines. And you can see there's a lot of fractures that happened, but a lot of clues, a lot of clues there. So one thing that I remembered since I've been young is that why in Canada, do we got the rarest semicircle in the Earth. Like this is, guys, this has been the rarest semicircle in the Earth. I think that this is where an asteroid landed, coming from west to east. All right. I don't know at what angle. I don't know what angle yet. I'm presuming that it came in sort of, I'd say more or less sideways, because not 45-degree angle, maybe 45 degree angle to more of a 20-degree, I'd say. But right here, ladies and gentlemen, we have 450 kilometers. All right, we got it right on the side here. 450 kilometers. Gemini, how much is 450 kilometers in miles? 450 kilometers in miles.
Here are the conversions for the distances you mentioned. 200,450 km.
279 miles, approximately. Approximately 280 miles. All right. And if it's approximately 280 miles, let's say that an asteroid would hit, what would be the size of that asteroid? More or less. I know you're going to give me like, it depends on the speed and all that. I know all that. I know. But just depending on your calculations, if it's a 280 diameter crater, what would be the size of the asteroid? Because I've never asked. I tried to think about it.
80 miles, 450 kilometers wide. The asteroid would need to be approximately 15 to 20 miles.
15 to 20 miles.
Kilometers in diameter. An impact
15 to 20 miles. Okay, sorry. So 15 to 20 miles would be the approximate. That's big. 25K. 25 kilometers. That's big. That's big. But it would leave a 450 kilometer diameter. Now, this site has not been proposed by anybody. There is a Canadian that did propose this site for an asteroid that landed millions of years ago. Okay? And at that time, the people in the science community said, no, it's even farther than that. It's billions of years old. All right? That's the closest that anybody has ever gotten to saying that my theory is not correct. I really do think that this happened 14,000 years ago, 12,000 BC, and that's why I need your help. No one has taken this theory out. If you guys are watching me and you're used to seeing me game, all right? I always ask for your help in different ways, all right? But today I really need your help to share this live stream, all right? Or if you're watching the video that I'm trying to record right now, to share this recording so that it goes out to the right people. All right? So in order to do that, everybody has to hear this. Your family members, if you're in school, please, your professors. All right? Your science teachers, if you've been to school and you like science, like, I don't know why I'm saying that. I was going to say contact the people that you know that have to do with science. I don't know, man. Anybody that you know that could be interested in this has to get to the ears of Joe Rogan, man. This is the sort of stuff that he talks about. All right. And I can explain this to him face to face if he wants to, but I got a ton of ideas. I got all of my background to prove exactly who I am. But we're not going to talk about that. I spent my whole life proving who I am. How about I prove what I got? This is what I got. This is the crater right here. Came in from east to west. All right, east to west. Sorry about that. And when it came in, I think that this was actually just like Russia. All right, just like Russia right here. We're gonna move around with the orientation a bit, but this is Russia, but more or less one land. All right. Now, can we go back here? Let's try this. No. Come on, man. All right. So I think that it was before. I really think it was flat land. All right. Why? Because there was a 2-kilometer thick ice shelf before there. Where is that 2-kilometer gotten? I know that there's tundra and all that, but like it was 2 kilometers thick. All right. I think it's what caused the mammoths to all get inside of these caves and all that, because if you take a look at a lot of places, man, a lot of places, you can definitely see where once the impact hit, first of all, the asteroid came in and cracked the mantle. I think that there's still a piece of the earth, of the crust here that's inside. Now, when it came in like that, there was a big void that was created. So magma filled that chamber in a matter of time, and there's still proof that that ground is still coming up. And the reasons that they are coming out with that, every time that scientists come up for a reason why that ground is coming up, it does not make any sense to me, because I know what the truth is that the asteroid is coming back. It came and the earth had to bounce back. Now, when the earth bounced back, like I'm telling myself, this can only be caused in a volcano, guys. And there's no proof that there was a volcano here. All right. What we see is that there is an impact. All right. The earth that came back, and that came back like a rubber band on itself. All right. And just squeezed all of that, squeezed all of that, squeezed all of that. This is where the impact probably happened. One of these two sites is where I've calculated with time and all that. Okay. And where we can see that this is not a volcano, this is an impact crater, is along the side here. We have from 5 to 10 kilometers here, where it is the same thing throughout the whole territory, is that everything is inclined, right? Everything is inclined like that, right? Around the crater. And it's all going towards, when you take out a ruler and you zoom back, all right, you zoom back, it's all going towards these points here, guys. And there is one island that I would like to stand on, if I can, with my daughter, all right? It is this place right here, all right? And it just goes to show that it is like that all over, is that it is shaven. The earth has been shaven from one side and left the angle on the other where there was mountains. They all go, they're flat, then they drop. All right. And this is the island that I'd like to prove it on, right up top here. All right. Now, when all of this water came rushing in, it created this sort of, I'd say, crack, and also I'd say more of this flood. All right. I think that this land was maybe cracked a bit, but more flooded. And we can see the evidence of all the water rushing in, and the sediments that are here, and also where I live, there's a lot of sand, a lot of sediments here. And is this millions and billions of years old, the erosions that has happened here? Orange, hello, my friend. Hello, I need your help to share this, all right? I'm making a video right now, but if you want to discuss this with me, please go ahead. We can see inside of Lake Superior here, and all of the Great Lakes, all the water that has come rushing in, we see the same angles where a lot of it came in, all right? What has caused, like, underground river systems could not cause this erosion inside of the Great Lakes, all right? Orange, I'm sorry, I didn't go well while. So you've known this huge burden that's been inside of me of holding my theory back, and this is what can make me fulfill what I've got to do in life. Even the numbers have said that I'm the communicator. You guys have told me I'm the communicator, and I got this to communicate to you guys. And I feel like this is a way for me to validate the message that I got to give to you. This is going to validate the message that I got to give to you. But this is a huge secret of mine, the Great Flood Theory. Is it my ultimate message? No. This is just to prove what I got to say to you is even more truthful than this. All right? I feel a huge burden. Why? Because we're 8.5 billion people on the earth right now, but I'm the only one that's talking about this theory. All right? That's my huge burden. And throughout time, every human has asked himself, or has been asked, what caused the Great Flood? And no one has known. Everybody's had their theory. Well, I got it. And that's my burden. And thank you, Orange, for being there. I want to be there to help people. And right now it's people helping me. So in order to switch that around, I got to make something. I got to fulfill my destiny. And let's start it off. So we can see that all the water that came rushing in, everybody, caused everything that's inside here, the Great Lakes. You can go in and zoom for yourself. We can go in on these islands here, all right? We can see the same orientation, all right? is flat one-way mountains, flat one-way mountains. Like this is what have caused this. And we can see all this big wall of mud, all right? It just came down, and what causes all this sediment inside of the Mississippi, all right? The Mississippi, all right, is coming down here, I think, right? And what's causing that and to come all these sediments here? Where did all that wall of mud, people, air, trees, everything, it just shaved everything, that wall of water that came in, that wall of, but there was air in there, everybody. We can see that this is mud that came into a body of water. Why? Because there's big rocks here to the side and at the end, all right? But everything that is liquid and that was really fast is down here. But it stopped really suddenly, all right? It stopped really suddenly and probably caused a huge waves, and throughout time just messed up Mexico, just messed it up. Now, all right, they say that the dinosaurs, they got hit. All right, the dinosaurs, they got hit. Where's the crater? It's millions or billions of years old. All right, that's why I think that this is one of the freshest craters that caused one of the biggest deluges known since 12,000 years. And there's the impact crater. The wall of water came in here, and I see this all the time walking in the woods, looking for gold, everybody. All right, is that this is mud and air. And with time, the molecules of air had gathered together, made bubbles. Why? Because there's so much stuff on the top, all right? But with time, those air pockets release the air, and become concave because of all of the pressure, and there's no more air in there. This is air that has escaped from these pockets, all right? I need you guys to share. Yes, definitely, Orange. I will be going more towards gaming, but you guys know I need to let this out. The truth is out there. For those of you that know that meaning. But no, and this is basically the erosion that has been caused since the time, all right? So the sediments that have been coming in have been building here, all of this land, all right? This is all fresh sediment, and it's still coming down. And this is the currents of all of that is maybe what has caused this since 12,000 years. But we can definitely see the big boulders here, pieces of land mass, actually, things that have exploded out of the earth, or big rocks of pieces of mountains and stuff like that were shredded, that got loose, all right, but that still stayed together, are there on the side, and also we see them around here right at the end, all right, and then we see it on the other side. Yes, I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you in Valorant later on today, everybody. Orange, especially. And Steve, I know Steve likes to play here and there, but he's ranked. We need to get ranked up if we can play with him. All right, so that's what I do, guys. I game at night, all right, but right now during the day, I need to grind this. I need to get this out to the good people. All right, right now I decided to do a live stream about this. And we're going to go ahead and continue what we got going here. Of course, the wall of water came here. Now, where I like to go also is that I don't know if these islands were more together at one point, because when it came in, it created such of an impact that it brought down pieces of the crust, right? But just like those balls there, that ding, 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 it like the pressure of that blast, I think that's what broke the legs off of the mammoths. You hear that? They got broken legs, and they, it could have caused also different temperatures, also big shifts in temperature, like a big heat outburst is going to create a lot of cold coming in. Like the cold wants to suffocate the hot, right? That's what cold likes to do. It likes to suffocate the hotness. Anyways, but that's why there's no mini skirts right now. It's getting hot. We're getting in luck here. But no. I think that's what caused the path, all right? That's what caused the impact. And I think that maybe some of this just came and got loose, all right? That's why the bottom of the ocean here is not as used as other parts. It's more fresh, guys. All of this is 10,000 years old. Don't tell yourself no because it's not that shallow. No, it's because it's too fresh. It's because it's too fresh. Now, this big impact, all right, there was repercussions. A big shock wave came right over Greenland with water and all. And there used to be a lot of people living here, right? People are discovering a lot of bones and stuff like that, all right? There was a lot of people here before, probably a lot of people here. And then all of that water wave, the shock came over here. And that is what caused the desertification of North Africa. And everybody's been wondering what is, like, this is a wall of water that came in, everybody. There are traces of salt everywhere. Now, if a big wall of water comes in and it puts everything underwater and acts like a big shredder, like, first of all, it acts like a big shredder coming in, like a big grinder coming in, just grinding the floor, just grinding everything till the rock, right? That's what water does, right? It grinds everything, even the rock. Well, first of all, those things get smashed away into little molecules, create sediment. Now, in northern Canada, probably what happened is that the sediment or the impact was so big and liquefied and vaporized a lot of water. That's what caused all the rain that they talk about, the color of the skies. That's what's reported from the teachings that I've heard. Thank you, YouTube. But from what I've seen is that this big wall of water came in and just reduced everything to sediment. North America, it was more concentrated, more fast, a bigger wall of water, and was more concentrated. It probably went out and came in, but it was really directed at faster. So when it leaked more in one way, but we still see results in North America of the results of a huge waves. You know, Mr. Randall Carlson talks about this all the time. The stream is lagging a little. Shoot. Mr. Carlson talks about this all the time, the repercussions of the Great Flood in North America. Well, Mr. Carlson, and I'm sorry, there's a lot of people that I'm forgetting the name. And sir, that you're talking with Joe Rogan, but you have a picture where you're standing on a big rock. Well, I think that rock there, if we go and take some samples, it's actually a piece of northern Canada. All right, but I think that's what came in, and everybody, you know, there's two theories that I'd like to put inside of the desertification of North Africa, how it happened. A big wall of water came in from the north and it evacuated towards the west here, all right? This is the evacuation point. Now, in that evacuation point, all right, that came out here, there are reports that Atlantis used to be somewhere out of the, all right, and you can say what you want about that, out of the two gates there, but I really think that, yeah, it could be here. It could be here, right? Mountains to the north. If you could take, these are the Atlantis Mountains here. Anyways, I really think that it was here, but the wall of water that came in that we can see all the traces of here, and when you take a look here, is actually like caused by a huge mass of water being there for a long time. You see this at the beach and stuff like that. They talk about that a lot, but I really do think also that that's what damaged the Great Pyramids, everybody. I highly doubt that any ruler that has ruled Egypt, or any mayor, or anybody that has been in charge of any population that was there, even mafia gangsters that would have been in charge of the pyramids if there wasn't any established hierarchy, is that no one would have been allowed to touch the outer shell of the pyramids. If they were so beautiful, why aren't they finding it in the shops of the sellers? They say that they took them there. Well, there's no proof of that. I really think that the height, right, the top of the pyramids, they were made more solid to support more mass. If there was something huge like a top of gold, like some people may say, or a different kind of stone, every time there's more type of stone, they always make sure that it's well equipped. Now, that's the only reason I think that the outer shell of the middle pyramid survived. But I really think that it's the wave that came rushing in that killed everybody that had to do with the pyramids, the people that were there before. And what we're seeing right now is the people that have lived there after, like Cleopatra, of course, and all the different pharaohs that were looking their tombs. I think that they've appropriated themselves, but no way should they have ever allowed people to take away pieces of those precious pyramids. That's totally, like, first of all, illegal. And I think, against any sort of religion or spirituality or any goodness in anybody to take away from such beauty. All right. All religions have been known to want to do that through time. Why? Because they know that there's a secret left and back. Now, shame on the people that are responsible for Israel, not Israel, sorry, in Egypt here, that are not allowing people to film, all right, and that are not opening up their land so that you take away all the sand and then you take a look at all the trenches and everywhere. It is a secret for humanity, but they're keeping it them so that they discover just a little bit through time, but that we don't know the truth about what happened in the past. And it has a lot to do with religion, guys. It has a lot to do with religion. So shame on them. You should be opening every archaeologist that wants to do a dig, modernize it with instead of baskets, why don't you put some tables with something that rolls, you know? Why? There's so many different things, like different technologies that you can put in there. Just take away the sand, man. Take away all the sand. See what's going on the bottom. Lots of different, all in here. But I think that any country would be more than happy to see archaeologists discover the truth about their country in here, except Egypt. Because maybe they've seen or maybe they know what they have to cover up. So let's stop covering up shit, all right? So I'm really mad about that. Why? Because we got to let the truth out to know how humans we've acted, how we can act, how we can prevent certain things. Now, if this is a 15 to 20 mile long asteroid that came in, I just asked Gemini if the crater is 450 kilometers, all right, it would be 20 to 25 kilometers. All right. So that's a huge, man. People are scared to hear or know the truth. Yeah, it has, but that's how we grow. But that's power. Information is power. All right. And we all know why is there the secret Vatican archives? It's not because those books are worth a lot of money. No, because they have information and they want to keep control of it. It's their power. Right? It's their power that they have. Even a lot of resources here, or a lot of things that have to do with native tribes here have been taken by the Vatican, and the people keep on saying those are our ancestors. Things that you has stolen or have, we need them back. But there's a lot of teachings, lots of books, and a lot of things that they have, and they have had through time. Because information is power. But if you give information to everybody, don't you think that would make a world a way better place? It's because people that have their power are actually scared. People that have a lot of money are actually scared. They're scared of being powerless, but that's a sin. Wanting too much power, wanting too much money, that's a sin. And that's one thing also, is that with money does not come truth. All right? It's the one thing that I've learned with life, it's that. And one thing that has always scared me about talking about this, why it's been a huge burden, is that I know it can make me a lot of money. And I'm scared about that, man. I'm comfortable in my little bubble. All right, I'm comfortable going day by day, but I hate relying on people. And I want other people to be able to rely on me, all right? I want to be there for people. I have to change my life to do that. I have to. Not that I want to, it's that I have to. All right, Orange, I'm comfortable with just living off of the state because, you know, I could go around. If I have to be in a wheelchair, I'll be in a wheelchair, but at least can I go and talk to the people that I can talk to, like I'm talking to you guys? I can still travel, all right? I can do that, but I can't fucking work. I can sit down and I can talk, but what does that give me as work here? Nothing. So this is my way to change my life. Let's fricking do it, all right? I need you guys to share with your family across the world. At least it's an interesting subject to discuss about, right? To talk about. My drop frames is at 0 here. No, everything is good here. Everything is good. So I need you guys to share the truth. I'm going to be stopping the recording. They're saying on the live stream that it is affecting. So hopefully that's going to help things out. My name is Grinder, a.k.a. Alain Pelletier, from the Valley of Gold and the 819, wishing you to please share this. Help me change my life. But also, if you're going to share anything today, share a bit about you. That's all we need. If you're able to hear me, it means you got a good heart. Who's going to change the world? Bad hearts? No, good hearts. So it's up to you. You change your world tomorrow. See you, everybody. Okay, I stopped the recording. We're live. We're going to see if it's changing somehow. Now, on both platforms, Kick and YouTube, I do need your help to talk about this. I did place a message on Mr. Carlson's video that he made earlier today. It had nothing to do about his video. I'm sorry about that, Mr. Carlson, but I just needed to get your attention. Just last night, the night before, one of my subscribers said, Grinder, you should really grind your theory or your gaming, and just grind YouTube instead of grinding the streets. That's what I'm doing right now. So, yeah, thanks everybody for helping me motivate me, but you got to know it's a huge burden. I'm stressing a lot just talking about this. It's a big moment in life when you go for an interview, right? And it's a really important job that you know can change your life. You know, man, like you get this job, you won the lottery, you know? And it can be scary, right? It can be scary. So I've been talking about this a lot. It's like I haven't talked about this too much. So instead of going for a little interview or a little stream, let's say, here and there, or a little video here and there, how about I go for interviews and streams every day? All right. How about I grind that? How about I try to grind, what I need out of life? Then once I got what I need, I come home. I didn't get any Pokemon cards today, guys. If you guys want to help me go get some, I would appreciate that. You know what to do. But I was able to get me a bit of broccoli to help me stress out, because this is stressful, guys. If you guys would need to be taken back like a glass or two of rum just to cool down your nerves. All right. This is what causes me all this anxiety, guys. This is this huge secret that's stuck inside of me, and I think that can happen to anybody keeping something inside of you too much. Either it be an idea, a thought, an opinion, whatever, man. My kick is the Grinder Show. The Grinder Show. Yeah, I think that's the same thing with underscores. Yeah. At least everybody, and Orange, thank you for sticking with me through time. I do feel kind of bad asking you guys to grind one day at a time, and I don't care if you work or not. But of course, it's important to work. It's important to work. It's important to try to make money. I've worked a lot for the state, and now that things are happening, thank you very much, but I don't want to rot away at home. There is a way for me to still get my name out there, and maybe one day have my name inside of the dictionary. That would be, yeah, maybe a Nobel Prize, but whatever. I do think that what caused this, we should call it the Great Grind, all right? Or the grind, how did I call it? I think I called it the Great Grind, but the asteroid itself, I wanted to be named Grinder. I want the asteroid to be named Grinder. I want the asteroid that's still down here in the Earth to be named Grinder. And then you put the number that you want after that, but Grinder. That's the name, and I want the event to be called the Great Grind. Because it was a great grind. It grinded everything. It grinded humanity to the bone on that one. If it got rid of the Nephilians or not, I really do think so. I think that Nephilians are the ones that built the pyramids. I really think it's the Nephilians. And they were wiped away. That's why we need the truth out, right? And those are probably the sort of things that the Vatican are keeping inside of their vaults, man. Let's be honest about that. About what happened before. Like if there was something inside of the Colorado River there, the Colorado, whatever there, the big thing there in the United States, shit. Anyways, there could be some ancient treasures that were found everywhere. Like in the pyramids where the Sphinx is, maybe there was something down there, but they took away the documents and placed that somewhere secret. Like I think that there's a lot of places in the world, and in the United States, there's places, the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon. Supposedly someone went in there. There was a lot of stuff about Egypt and stuff like that. It could have been about Southern America also, but just imagine, I do think that before that, we don't know because all the information is controlled. All the information is controlled, everybody. So we need to know the truth in order to better protect ourselves. I've been trying to protect people since that's what I've done my whole life, is just trying to protect people. All right. And how can we protect people is by knowing by what happened in the past. We can better help ourselves, not predict, but better help ourselves in the eventuality of something like that happening again. In security and prevention, prevention has a lot to do with that. Is studying case files and stuff, or being a lawyer or whatever, is studying case files that happened in the past to better help yourself or protect yourself in the future. Now, what civilization was here before, we could talk about that for a while, but I know what caused them or whatever. If it was just normal humans, what caused them here? This is the big wave that came in here, all right? Erased everything here, it just deposited itself here. That's what caused the desertification of Egypt. Now, I can do a different stream about that one also, but it would basically reunite my theory with what caused the desertification here of Egypt. There's a lot of proof that 12,000 years ago, it was like here. It was like Canada. It was just like this. And I really do think that the landmass here was all one. This is the crater, 450 kilometer diameter. Point of impact here, I really do think that the asteroid came in and not only fractured it, poof, so that a piece of the crater came inside, but sent a huge shock wave, all right, that broke the legs of the mammoths, and that created such of a vaporization, like a hot flash. The 2-kilometer thick ice shell that was there, that's not there anymore, all right, but that was there, melted and evaporated like that. Now, this huge massive current of hotness that's going up created this huge coldness that was sucking up, all right, because the cold likes to annihilate the hot, all right? The earth is like that. And at that huge scale, I think that's what froze the mammoths instantly, with still food inside of their throats. Not just while they were digesting, but while they were eating. And you find a lot of them with broken legs. So that's a shock wave. And I really do think that the erosion that has been happening, all right, in northern Canada, there's way too much sand here. There's way too much sand. There's way too much sand. Now, on the crater here, you can take a look, but it's very directional. All right, the angle, everything is facing towards the pit here. Everything is facing towards the pit. In my best example, you guys can go take a look. All right, but it's these chain of islands right here. All right, you can definitely see the angle which it came in. Now, these were basically elevations or maybe mini mountains or stuff like that, but I would definitely love one day to be able to stand on top of this mountain and to be able to be the one to go and film it. All right, let me get with the crew. I've contacted production companies, but if you can have the best idea in the world, but if you don't have the budget, who gives a schnut about you? Well, I'm going to put my ideas out there. No production company wants this. Well, I'll take it. So we're doing live streams. I'm going to be doing videos and all that. Grinder, what's up? Yo, Steve. I'm talking about my theory right now. Well, that's the thing. It can't really be going into a conspiracy theory because, first of all, no one has talked about this. This site. Everybody has asked the question. Some people have come up with ideas. Now, for this crater, there's one Canadian, I think in the 60s or 70s, something like that. He said that this crater was caused millions of years ago. And back in the day, the scientific community said that no, it was billions of years ago. And that was sort of put aside. No one has actually named this as the site that caused the Great Flood only 12,000 years ago. I'm thinking this is one of the freshest craters, All right. Plus, they said that we have 2 kilometer thick ice shelf. All right. Don't you think that if all of like why if that would have melted and created, why did it create such a perfect circle? Number one, and why is the orientation of the ground like that? It would have been towards us. You know, it would have been towards the ocean. It's the opposite. It's the ocean that give it all that angle. Plus, here there's no proof of being no volcano here. Now, what would cause this? It's only Earth that's coming. The asteroid came in, and it's the Earth that's sort of putting itself full of magma, but is bouncing back also, yes, to the top, but it has to bounce back towards the indication of where is the biggest mass that came in. All right. So that's where it's gonna accumulate. So that's where this pattern here comes in. Only a volcano can do that, man. And when you take a look, Steve and everybody, at okay, what caused? All right, it's right here, right? Where's the crater for the dinosaurs that was millions of years ago? I have been trying to find it. They say where it is. They can calculate where it is. Is it like maybe a little here? Like that was, you can see here, maybe that's what caused right here, right? That's what caused all of this right here. That would make total sense. And take a look at this, is that at that point, there was nothing saying that there was a 2 kilometer thick ice shelf. So that's why there was a wall. People are saying a wall of fire, they burnt or whatever, but like we don't see the crater and it hit the mantle right away and a bit of water. It's not 2 kilometers thick water here. I don't know. I think maybe more here. We're talking 2 miles, maybe. Like Oriana Trench is somewhere here, I think. I'm not sure. But I don't see the impact crater. It was directly in the water, and also, but here, like they say in the teachings, that the sky changed color. All right, instantly, and then there was water that lasted for so much time. What would cause so much water is the instant, first of all, the instant asteroid that came in, all right, and that hit that mantle, and it's all those molecules of the mantle, the water, everything that got evaporated, plus that 2 kilometer thick ice shelf instantly got vaporized. Now, water that got vaporized with all of that sort of, let's call it dust and particles that are coming up, mixed in together to create rain droplets instead of maybe something more fire-ish coming out. That's why I think that's why the water accumulated, because all of this had to melt. And a lot of places melted, man. It got rid of it all. It got rid of it all, guys. Like I live right here, all right? And I haven't heard anything about the beginning of the ice shelf, of what's left of the ice shelf. Like we've heard about tundra, all right, where it's stuck under the ice, and maybe that's the remnants of it, but I don't see the beginning of it here. It's been totally erased. But we do see a lot more tundra in Russia. I do think that before it used to be a landmass like this one that was more unified. And let's say an asteroid would break off here. I think that the shock wave would make these islands sort of want to crack over and separate. And I do think that's may have happened here in Canada, is that all this landmass just went pushing, you know, and that's what sent the shock wave that, I'm going to say it again here, but that broke the legs off of mammoths. And that, you know, there's a lot of things that maybe I'm wrong at, but, you know, there's a lot of theories in here. But my number one in here is, this is where the asteroid came in, east to west. There you go, Steve. There you go. Theory. And Steve, I ask you guys to grind all the time. And this is what causes me a lot of anxiety. You know, that I'm asking people to help me out right now, and it's not what I should be doing. I should be the one helping other people. All right. So I need to do what I got to do, not because I want to, because I need to. And no one is, if someone says, no, Grinder, you don't have it, it's not that at all, I'll say, okay, like, give me your counterpoints, because you're going to be the first, and thank you, because that's my burden, man. That's my burden, is that no one has said no, man. Getting rid of this anxiety, just like if you have an idea, a project, just like when I went on Dragon's Den for my invention. It was an idea that was stuck too much in my mind. And when you know that you're right for something, why don't you go and see what's at the end of that? So on this one here, no one has shown this point or said that this is what caused the Great Flood, the one that Noah talks about, the one that they talk about all over the world in different teachings and books. It's like the lesson is there everywhere. And that's what's bothering me, is that the question has been there since humanity. So you can calculate 8.5 billion. Of course, it was less than, we can talk about how many people that were here. Why am I the one that stuck with that? Well, I think that what has brought me here has brought me to be the one that is responsible to talk about it. You guys have said it, and Steve, science is saying it. Astrology, numerology, you can say what you want, man. But they're all saying it, is that this is my job, to let you guys know of what I got inside of my heart, inside of my mind, my ideas, because they ain't that bad. I just got to let it go. If I want to be able to be there for my daughter, for my family, if I want to be able to see my dad one day, if ever he passes away, because I think it might happen. He's human. Right now, even that would be a struggle. Right now, I'm day by day, Steve, day by day. Haven't ripped. Oh, let me know when you do get that love package I sent to you. Yeah. It's not as much love as I would. Trust me. Yeah, you guys on Kick also don't be afraid of asking any questions. Like, it's not that Google has not explored this landmass yet. I do find weird some of the images that may come out of here, but this really does seem like fresher ground than a lot of places in the world. Like here also, well, why is that? The big wave came over. This is what landmass used to look like before, guys. There was a lot of salt and a lot of things that was added, a lot of residue that came out here of the English Channel. Okay, you got the residue here with time, and all the boats here, their anchors were probably still in the ground. Anyways, or wires, or I don't know what these are, man. Maybe old roads, I don't know. But a lot of sediment has been coming out here through time, but you can definitely see that the big wave, it all came crashing in here. I do think Atlantis might have been here. It could have been a natural event that happened here, and I do think that humans may have shaven it off through time. Take a look here. When you take a look a little farther, take a look at the ins and the outs here, right? Take a look at the ins and the outs here. Like come on, man, that's weird. That's weird. The ins and the outs here, right? The ins and the outs here, that's weird. So I do think that if you're taking a look, if there was so much gold in Atlantis and stuff like that, I'd take my metal detector right away, right down here, boys and girls, right down here. Yeah, gold toppled over these mountains, probably got stuck in these rocks. And right here, man, this is where the gold is. This is where the gold is. Yeah. Is there any gold here with Google? Oh, look at all this, man. I'd be right here. Gold will be falling here. No, maybe even farther. But anyways, I do think that that's what destroyed the pyramids in Egypt, Steve, and everybody. I don't think that any pharaoh, any leader, any cop, anything would let anybody take a piece off of the pyramid to build their shop. And when they say that the people that live there took pieces of the pyramid, I think it's maybe block. Even there, blocks are pretty fucking big on that, man. Right? Rocks are pretty big, but there's no pieces that have been identified. You know, it's all theory. That's all a theory. But I don't think if you're a pharaoh, would you let someone take away a piece of your masterpiece if they actually built it? I think that it's actually the wave that came in that destroyed the exterior of the pyramids. I really do think so. And the wall of water, all right, came rushing in here. I don't know if you were here at the time. I think we only less than 10% of the ocean. What could be there? Damn right. But we got a better view inside of Lake Ontario here, which I understand for boat traffic and stuff like that. But you know, they're studying the north here. They're studying the north for places to pass. They're supposed to pass right here, and go through this sort of corridor, right? Now, why hasn't that been better mapped out? Well, maybe because it has been mapped out, but the soil is so fresh and full of sediment that is just basically, gone, just like this, gone. And right here, right? It's underwater, but it's a plateau. Wall of mud that came rushing in is what caused all the sediment inside of the Mississippi that is still coming down, all right, till this time. Now we see a big wall of water that came in, of mud also. In that mud there was air, trees, people, every living thing, everything, because it got grinded to rock. Basically, we can see big pieces of either mountains or rocks that are stuck down here. I think it's actually pieces of landmass that have to do with Canada that tumbled still with that wall of water. So we see to the side, and to the back, but this is a wall of mud that came crashing in right here. All right, we see an instant stop with the way that the wall can go up. All right, it goes up, but it creates this huge mass here, which is stuck with, like I said, there's air mixed in there, right? There's air mixed in there. It's just like a grinder, just like a shredder, taking everything in there. All right, so with time, all that mud and all those sediments just settle down. But while they were settling down, all that pressure, all force of molecules together, right? That's what soil does in pressure. So that pressures of air is one of the first ones to create those bubbles there. And with time, those air pockets released air, popped and created these concaves that we see right here. We see this when we walk in the bush or in a forest or whatever, but where there's water and mud, this is what happens, guys. It creates little water pockets. Like this was such a click when I saw this. It's like, damn, man, this is mud with air, but that's a wall of water. So it just gave me another. That's what I figured that one out after I'd figured all of this. It all came crashing. And once it came crashing, I'm like, oh, am I insane? And I've talked to this to a lot of people. You want to talk about a theory that I might be insane about? Take a look at this one, buddy. Okay. Now this here, it seems like everything is a-okay, but here it always seems to me like there's a triangle here, man. And if there would be something here like a bigger, I wouldn't say pyramid, but that would be down here. If all the sediments are coming from here, the ocean is destroying this, right? And it's the sediments that are coming in here. Well, there's actually something blocking right here and creating this ripple sort of effect that's making it dump to the side of here. It's making it dump to the side, man. It's sort of like it's wanting to dump there, but it seems like this side here is getting overwhelmed a little bit. But this is like it's going somewhere. It's going around something, man. And take a look at that triangle, man. That's sus. So I don't have any proof about that one, but that seems kind of cool. But this one here, I think I got enough proof on. That's why I'm letting it out there. I put my post on a couple of people's videos. Hopefully they come and see. So I named this live stream a certain way so that they're going to be able to know the date that I made the comment and come and see this live stream. Mr. Carlson, hopefully you're here. Thank you very much, sir. And you can associate this event with all of your findings across the United States, Canada, and all across the world, basically. I think that once you hear about this, everything is going to click. It's a huge burden of mine to talk about this. Just announcing to people that I might talk about it causes me a lot of anxiety. So actually talking about it, we're going to be relaxing, try to answer people's questions. All right. But if people just come looking in because they see the title, at least by seeing this, they're going to know. And hopefully you're going to want to ask questions. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I need someone to say, no, Grinder, you're not correct. And tell me why, please. Because I've been waiting for you for a couple of years now, if you're that person. I honestly have. You want to know where I live, Steve? You want to know where I live? Oh, come on. I live right here. Valley of Gold. Val d'Or. Here, let me zoom in for you. All right. Mining town. This is one of the biggest mines in North America. It's actually like a little bit bigger than this still. They haven't updated the picture in I don't know how many years. Oh, they're getting better. They're getting better. So the pit is right here, basically. All right, the pit is right here. But all of this here, this might be the pit too. So, yeah. Or maybe this, I think that this is residue mountain. Yeah, this is a mountain of residue. All right, so that's all the tailings. That's just the tailings, but the mine is actually right here. Yeah. The mine is right here. This is all the tailings. But yeah, this is my city. There's an airport, one of the largest in North America. Right, one of the largest in North America. It's actually as big. It's actually big that the space shuttle, in case of an emergency, could land here. It's one of the approved places. It used to be a military base, but you know, I'm the only fucker that's willing to defend this place right now. I'm the one in charge. No, just kidding. You can come chill out if you want. We got a couple of golf courses. We could take a couple of beers. We'll go play some golf. Look for gold. Look for gold. You want me to tell you my spots? Because these are all old gold mines, man. And a lot of them got shut down in 1945 and all that. And even before. Why? Because a certain group of people were going to war, right? And we actually would have a lot of mines here that had to do with copper and all that. And so everything that had to do with gold didn't have that much value back in the day. So they took all the equipment and took it towards those mines. So they closed a lot of mines, and we are actually giving a lot of that copper to a certain party that used it against other people, which we stopped doing. We stopped doing once we knew what they were for. All right. So then we started giving that to the good faction, right? Yeah, we did the right decision on that one. But the mines were still operated. So that's why I like to look for gold in old mines, man, because even back in the day, they'd look for the veins, but they didn't look inside the quartz carefully, and especially inside of the quartz that they needed to. You know what I'm saying? So that's a cool hobby. Got a couple here if you want to see, but that's what got me, that's what clicked, is that I've always had this image inside of my head since I've been young, studying. Like I still have the big atlas that I had when I was young. I still have it. I think right here. I think I got it right here, guys. Anyways, it's one of the rare books I have. But I've always asked myself that question: why is this semicircle so perfect? We don't see another representation like that on Earth. I tried to find one. If you can find a better semicircle that's 450 kilometers wide on the side of the ocean, make sure to let me know, please, because I haven't found one. I keep on going all across the world just trying to find something so perfect, and I can't, guys. And you can't find that. And the other thing is that you cannot deny that the formation that is here can only be done by a fresh landmass being placed there, and the pressure coming from this direction and just giving pressure, and that just causing those ripples there. And we can see the direction also with the curvature that we have inside here. It does absolutely match the curvature of if an impact would have came in this direction, all right, and the landmass would be coming back that way. I think it cracked here, piece of the earth, all right, brought a piece of the earth down, and it's still in there. I do reference in one of my videos, someone that made a video, why is the gravity different here than anywhere else on Earth? And in that video, and also every science thing that I can hear about this place, they're all saying that the soil is always going up every year. It's actually rebouncing back from that event still. I think it's probably like 1 or 10 centimeters a year, which is, I'd say, not even an inch, like lesser than an inch a year, but still it's been proven that with time it's still going up. It's still rebouncing, guys. A lot slowly, of course, but the landmass, they do show studies that have been made with different scientific equipment that the landmass a couple of places on Earth is different, and they can really see that it's the shape. You can absolutely see that it's going with my theory here. I do reference that in one of my other videos here. Why is the gravity different in northern Canada? So yeah. Gold Grinder, my new name, brother. What? New name, brother. Gold Grinder. Gold Grinder. No, no, no. I think I'll be known as Grinder still, but listen to this, Steve. Throughout time, I would like this. My theory basically is named the Great Grind. It grinded humanity, grinded the earth, right? And I want the asteroid to be called Grinder. They can put the number they want after, but Grinder. When Grinder came in, when Grinder hit the earth, I don't want my name to it. I want Grinder. I think it fits it better than Alain Pelletier, blah, 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 blah. Right? What do you think? So anyone that names the asteroid different, I could sue, technically. Because I'm the first one to associate this theory. I'm the first one to name the asteroid that's still in the Earth. Steve, would you mind naming the asteroid something different for just a moment? No, no, no. That would be leading you into something. All right, so I can't do it again. See? It cannot be used against you. So you're all covered. You can call it what you want now. But I think that like Grinder is a great name. And the Great Grind, I think that it represents a big, like it's a modern term, like grind and grinding. But I think that it definitely represents what happens to the earth, to the people. Maybe that's what cleared the Nephilians, and the ones that were rest were destroyed by the humans that survived, that were able to multiply. Because they were able to scavenge better. I don't know. I don't know why. But were Nephilians actually here? Maybe I think they're the ones that built the pyramids. I think so. Just like those AI videos you see. Oh, they're awesome, man. But every night I always go to sleep with things that have to do with history and different cultures and stuff like that from around the world. And you learn so much about your history. But without this data point there's a lot of questions that are asked right now in the scientific community. But with this data here, like it or not, you include this as data, and you are able to finally get the answer that you were looking for, because you have all the different equations that you need in there, but you're missing this one. It's like I have this theory that I have out there still, but that are measures that are incalculable at this point. They don't know how to calculate it. But still, the representation is there, but I can't get to the final answer. It is still a theory. However, if you include this in your theory, include this data in your theory, I find that it can definitely lead you towards better results. I really do find that it can give you better results if you include this data inside of your data set, if you're a scientific person that's taking a look at what happened during or since the Great Flood, and also what caused the desertification of Egypt, man, of Northern Africa. They do say, holy shit, they do say that 12,000 years ago, everybody, and Steve, it was a land mass that had a lot of trees, man, and rivers and all that. There's plenty of rivers down up here, all right? And just a little something here. There's a range of mountains. I think they're right here, right? Why do they call these mountains, or there's mountains here somewhere they call the mountains of Atlantis, or the mount of the Atlantis Mound, something like that. Like they're named for Atlantis and stuff like that, but it all has to do with Atlantis. It might have been here. Might have been here. Mountains to the north, right? Mm-hmm. Those rounds there. And if big flood came in, and you can definitely see that a huge wall of water, at least 200 meters high, was there for at least 1 week. Like 200 meters high for 2 weeks. That's what they're calculating minimum that it would take to cause these sort of waves. Right? And the residue that is caused here is sand residue that we find. All right, we find, oh, look at that. All right, this is sand residue, guys. Lots of sand, not sand, salt, sorry, salt. Lots of salty residue, sand residue, of course, but lots of salt residue, everybody, lots of salt residue that's accumulating, right? More salty sand, basically, which makes it whiter. I think that's what destroyed the pyramids. So you can see the indication of the water. It came in here. All right, I came here. Well, there you go. Hit right there. So a big wall of water came rushing in. not Russian as in Putin, rushing in. So big wall of water, since it's a Mediterranean Sea, we can see it came in here. We can see it. We can see it. You cannot deny the truth, and it is there. It is proven, and there's a lot of things that are discovered all the time. I think that every country is open to people filming, scientific crews coming in, anything being discovered, anything. There's only one country that you're not allowed to film, and people are actually going to harass you if you don't have permits. They take a look at what you film, your cameras are going to be seized. All that is Egypt. Why are they hiding the truth so much? Well, just like we were talking earlier about the Vatican, their hidden archives, that the more information that you have, the more power that you have. They can't give away also, Egypt, give away all their secrets at once, right? For everything that we're seeing, the scans on the bottom of the pyramids, they're not going to let people see that. Why? Because it's going to cause people to see the truth, and they don't want to give people that power because they know the truth, and that gives them power. That gives the elite a lot of power, like it or not. I don't want to place myself against the elite. I think that even if they let us have this secret here, they still have a lot of secrets that they can keep. All right. Keep the business side. Let us, the rest of humanity, right? Keep the money side. We just want to know our past, right? All right. You want the gold stuff that's in there. Just let us take us a picture and let us document it. And you want to buy it. All right. And donate it to a museum when you die. All right. You're going to say that you can have it. You can show it to people at dinner, eat on the mummy. You ever done that? Put a glass table on it, eat on Tutankhamun. Huge disrespect. But anyways, but Egypt, you should be able to open your borders to anybody that wants to make any discovery. Take away all the sand. That is sediment that has been brought to you by somewhere else. And I really do think that you can find pieces of the pyramid that are going to be lower also. Gold. You're going to find a lot of stuff, man. So anyways, I'm just sharing my theory out there, guys, because I would like to change my life. But I think I've talked about it a little bit too much, and I don't want to seem like I'm rambling. So, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be stopping this live stream, taking a short 5-minute break here for YouTube, not for me. Because if I take more than 5, I think I'm going to go crazy. Did I do a good job? Let me not doubt myself. Let me just come back in, have fun with my fun, and let the nighttime begin. So, we're going to end it here, everybody. Thank you very much for coming in. Going to be back in 5 minutes to do some gaming. Yeah, that might get shared a little bit. Damn it. Yeah, every time I do something that has to do with science, it doesn't get shared because I'm a gaming channel, right? So, all right, let's stop crying about it. Not start. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. You're good. I love you. My name's Grinder, aka once again, I hate saying that name, but yeah, that's my name. Don't swear it out. Just say it. I'll be here. Just don't call me that on my other live stream, and we'll be good. Grinder signing out. Bye-bye. I'll thank you. I'll thank you very much. Love you, brother. See ya.